Fabulous executive living bordering Oak Mountain State Park. Colleen and David Black, Keller Williams Realty, 356-5412. Call on Colleen.
Welcome to the Saturday, July the 18th audio podcast. And I want to ask you, how many days in July do you need to wear a jacket? And how many days in July in Alabama do you put the words July and chilly together? But that's the way it is, and isn't it wonderful? Thought we'd take a look at my temperature trace yesterday. This is the Weather Xtreme video for July 18th, and there is the temperature trace, and isn't that beautiful, getting down into the lower 60s in Helena. And here's a little theme we have this morning is the sun. There's the Compass Bank Building Skycam looking out over Red Mountain, and there's the sun rising. Here's the sun rising over the Tennessee River at Decatur, and there's the sun rising at Cheaha, which is where I'm located this morning. And we got some fog in the valleys down here, so it's kind of pretty. The cold front that moved through here yesterday is now along the eastern seaboard, stretching down into the Gulf Coast, and that's the only place where there's actually any rain echoes. We'll look at that in a minute. Here is the anomalous pattern that we have. That is a fairly unusual pattern for this time of year, and there it is, this nice trough over the eastern part of the country. And believe it or not, it looks like, if the GFS is right, that trough is going to be with us for quite some time. Temperatures in the 40s up in North and South Dakota. And certainly a much cooler pattern than we've seen for quite some time. Across central Alabama, we're generally in the lower 60s, but notice there that Fort Payne is at 58 and Muscle Shoals, Huntsville at 59, so definitely some upper 50 values. And it was 60 here at Cheaha when I checked my temperature. There's the radar echoes and everything down along the Gulf Coast, so it looks like we're going to be dry, and the QPF shows that for the next 5 days. No precipitation in the Mid-South area and down across North and central Alabama for the most part. Storm Prediction Center outlooking an area in West Texas, eastern Colorado, parts of eastern New Mexico for severe weather. And the tropics, they're still relatively quiet. That is, nothing is on the verge of developing. And there's the satellite view, and you can see those two disturbed areas. Certainly nothing that's going to become a tropical system anytime in the immediate future. All right, here's the 06Z GFS, and the story is going to be the trough. There's the trough today at 1 o'clock. There's the trough tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And there's the trough at Monday at 1 o'clock, and certainly it's keeping us in that northwesterly flow pattern and keeping us in cool, dry conditions, less humid, so it's just going to be absolutely beautiful with cool mornings and nice afternoons. I think most of us will see probably a lower mid-80s today for highs, and then we get back up into the mid-80s Sunday, Monday, and we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. It looks like temperatures climbing a little bit. On Tuesday, here's the pattern, and you notice that northwesterly flow we had in the upper atmosphere, and look at that. The GFS is trying to hint at the possibility of some of those large clusters or mesoscale convective complexes. The trough stays with us, but it's a little weaker by Wednesday, and that's going to allow a little bit more moisture. So starting Wednesday, perhaps isolated, and we get into Thursday, a little bit more moisture, the possibility of scattered showers. The trough still with us on Thursday, but again, the moisture's increased a bit. And still with that trough in the vicinity, we've got to watch for these clusters that we've seen so often this summer. This has been unusual. Still scattered showers possible on Friday. As we head into the weekend, the trough seems to reinforce a little bit. Notice that little short wave coming through Arkansas, and that they're showing it dry, but I certainly would be suspicious that if there is such a short wave there that it might produce something, so we'll be watching that. But right now it looks like scattered showers is about all we can say for the weekend, and this is a week from tomorrow getting out into voodoo, but you notice the trough is still there. And very quickly, we're going to take a look into voodoo country, and this is Thursday the 30th as we head into the end of July, and once again, that eastern U.S. trough is still in position, so it does look like kind of an unusual pattern for the next 7 days. Well, once again, we appreciate you tuning in to the Weather Xtreme video. I'm going to try this and see if we can do it, but hold on here. I'm going to get up and see if you can see the view behind me there of, let's see, I got to figure out how I'm aiming this thing, and it's a little hard to see the moisture in the valleys down there, but you can see some of that right there just in the middle of the picture. Alrighty, well, thanks for tuning in to the Weather Xtreme video. Sort of feel like I'm on location here, and still up at Cheaha and enjoying doing some volunteer work for the state park folks. Hope that you have a great weekend and certainly enjoy this weather. Godspeed.